I recorded the rest of this video, the center of this video, weeks ago, or several weeks ago, and I put it together. It's just been sitting, the file's just been sitting together, the compilation of the cutting of the passport dunk. Here's the box. I don't want to show you it quite yet. The shoe quite yet. You'll see it at the end. You'll see some B-roll. Be ready for that. But it's been a while since I've cut it. I'm going to tell you about how it wore, how it feels on my foot, how easy. You'll see how easy it was to cut the outside off. And I do think it looks pretty good with the ripstop cut off. I'm not sure that I would do it again, but maybe I'd definitely do it for the vibes. I'll do it for the vibes for YouTube. But also want to go ahead and put this intro in there to let you know, make sure that my sponsor is mentioned here. My sponsor, JESUS. My notes. Matthew 27, verse 46. Jesus was hanging on the cross. He's dying for our sins. And he looked up to God and he said, my God, why have you forsaken me? God was turning his back on his own son, on himself in human form at that time. He was forsaking Jesus. Hebrews 13:5 tells us that God will never leave us or forsake us. When I read that, I like to read it, he's never going to leave me or forsake me. It's because I trust that while Jesus was being forsaken, he was taking all of the forsaking for me. That God has no forsaking left to forsake on me because he forsook Jesus. So Jesus sponsored this video in that moment. He gave me everything I needed to give, and everything that I needed, gave me everything he needed to give me so I can mention him in this video as my sponsor. I'm going to compare the dunk to these two. These two I've worn. This one I've worn a whole lot because, I'm sorry to say, it's just not comfortable. Here's the video. Enjoy it. YouTube, I'm Super Dan the Shoe Man, and I'm about to cut this shoe open. I wore this for the first time just tonight. Put the purple lace in this one, had the white lace in the other one, just to kind of see which one I like the best. And I think I have a pretty good idea for this. And these were actually really uncomfortable. They fit a whole lot like these did, where when you first put it on, it almost feels like you're wearing it on the wrong foot, which really sucks. But these broke in pretty quickly. I didn't wear these quite as much, maybe only about 2,000 steps tonight. And I also noticed that the toe box, as you're looking down on it when you're walking or when they're on your feet, it's kind of like Sean Cliver's did for me, which is why I got rid of them. And also chocolate milks. They both look like that on my foot, and I really dislike it. And I realized maybe I just don't like dunks. At least the way dunks look on me. It seems almost blasphemous to say. But here, take a look. I really only have one tool. We're going to give this a try. I'm just trying to get rid of some of it first. Huh, that's interesting. Just get something I can grab. This is just a little X-Acto knife. I want to cut the leather underneath. It's nice leather, actually. Just wore these. Interesting. I'm just following this as closely as I can. I think it looks good to have a little bit of jagged this to it being perfect. You can see it comes off pretty easy. I'm just gonna leave it. Huh. It's nice leather. Let's see if we can get this side. This side's gonna be a little more difficult to start. Now I am behind the counter, or not the counter. Now I'm behind the camera. So I'm going to try to do this like this. Give you a little better look. There was some of the pink, pinkish glue, which we're going to get rid of that. All right, so I'm trying not to get too deep into the leather because this leather is not very thick. And this is just while you're getting it started. Trying not to cut through this yellow stitching. You can kind of hear it cutting the ripstop. There we go. Once I can get this up, I won't have to worry so much about it. There we go. Okay, get it started. There we go. Okay. So you see, I just used a little X-Acto knife, and this was just perfect for this job. It was actually really, really easy. And you see we get some nice purple tumbled leather here, which is actually pretty nice leather. These were actually really hard, like especially this toe box. We're not going to have to worry about this dent up here like we did with the 50 and a couple other dunks, because this leather, or not the leather, the form inside, which is like a plastic piece that's inside of the under the outer and kind of it's sandwiched between the outer and the inner, I guess you'd say, like the sock liner, and it's just very rigid, so I don't think we're gonna have to worry about that. But it's rigid, and it was easy to cut off. It was really easy to get this stuff off. It just cut really nicely with that little blade. So I'm gonna finish this up. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna get, I think I'm gonna like alternate these, so take a look. As you can see from the B-roll, I cut, for the most part, I kind of made this decision a little bit late, but I cut most of the ripstop off of the purple panels on this shoe and left the white laces in it. And then I cut most of the ripstop off of the white leather panels on this shoe. Not all of them, but most of them. I didn't cut any of the lace stays off, and I think I missed a couple. And then put the purple laces in this one. I kind of gave it a mismatched, opposite, flipped look. I like the way that this looks. I like that there's more purple, yet I still think I like the way that the ripstop looks. I also think the ripstop helps the purple leather, at least on the toe box here, maintain some of its rigidity. I mentioned it also, and I'm sorry, this is actually weeks after I did the cutting, and I think I left off the last clip. I couldn't find it from when I actually cut them, and I've worn them quite a bit since then. So I've got a lot of steps in these and some experience to tell you whether or not I think you should do this. I like the color better. I like the look of this a little bit better. I like the kind of like the mismatched look. But then I also I do like this too. So what I'll say though is actually that I hate wearing this shoe. It's really, really uncomfortable. If you go back to a video, one of my first shoe videos that I made last year, it was a wear test for this. The first time I put this shoe on, this was my first shoe video on this channel, and my first shoe video period. But when I put this shoe on my foot, I guess because it's narrow, this is a size 11, these are a size 11. When I put it on my foot and I stepped in it, I thought I had it on the wrong foot. And it's because of it being a little too narrow through here, through this section of the shoe. These feel almost the same way. I've hardly worn these at all. I think I've worn them twice. The second time I wore them, they were a little bit more comfortable, so it felt like they broke in pretty quickly. This shoe's weird. The first time I wore it was really uncomfortable. My feet hurt afterwards. The next time, I think it was okay, but most of the time it's uncomfortable. Like, it hasn't really broken in. I mentioned it earlier in this video, in what you're watching from before, that I did months ago, that the way that these toe boxes are put together, when you're looking down on it, it just makes your toes look splayed, your feet look splayed outwards. I really dislike that look, and unfortunately I think that that's just how dunks look on me. I said that my chocolate milks look exactly the same way. The Sean Clivers I used to have look the same way. This is the Plum Dunk, and I've had this for over a year now. This is an older shoe. I beat this shoe. Like, I work in the yard with this shoe now. I wore it on vacation to the beach, like walking around on the beach, you know, just not, I don't take care of this shoe like I do most of my shoes. This shoe is actually really comfortable. It's got a little bit different of an insole. I mean, it feels like a different insole, but it has none of that narrowness right here. I think this is the Plum is a 2018 or a 2019 release. This is a 2020 release, last year, my first video. Obviously these are 2022 releases. Should have come out in 2021. We're supposed to come out holiday 2021, around holiday 2020 and didn't. 2021 and didn't. So, and I think we also know, it's pretty clear, Nike doesn't make all their Jordan 1 cup soles or Dunk cup soles in one factory. They're made in different places. Molds can be a little bit different. I think it's fairly common knowledge that at least the Jordan 1 mold, back in '85, it was destroyed and they had to remake it. And I just suspect that they're not all the same. Even the same shoe, all of them aren't built in the same factory necessarily, and they can be built a little bit differently. So the cup soles must be different. I would expect it's very possible that most of the cup soles for these shoes in 2021 were the same, 2022 were the same, you know, for a short time period, or very similar. Should be the same dimensions at least, maybe made a little bit different, but the same dimensions. Maybe this one that's a little older was wider, because this is actually a really comfortable shoe. I wore this one just tonight. Wore it to a kickball game. I wasn't playing, I was coaching, but wore it to a kickball game, Atticus' kickball game, and then wore it a couple of other places afterwards. But it's comfortable. I enjoy wearing this shoe. That's why I wear it a lot. This one, I like the shoe. I like the way it looks. I'm not a huge fan of the way it looks on me. This one, for some reason, just doesn't have that look on my foot. I've got this pair of Dunks that you'll see on a video. This one? No, not this one. This is a pair of Dunks. You'll see this video soon. But the pair of Dunks that's actually under my camera. I don't have a cameraman tonight because it's 11 o'clock on a school night. That pair of Dunks I think I might keep. It might be available for a giveaway soon. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I might keep it. I might wear it. I still might wear this Dunk. I think you can see this, the N7 Dunk. I might keep that one too. I might actually wear it. I haven't worn it yet. And see and hopefully get a better comparison on more Dunks on how they feel on my feet. Again, that's just on my feet. Got a fairly wide foot. Hopefully if you get this, it is comfortable for you. Lengthwise, this is the right size 11. It's just a little tight just through here, so I wouldn't necessarily say you need to go up a size. I just don't really like wearing this shoe. I wear it, also because I've mentioned this on some of my other videos, where I look a lot with Dunk highs and Jordan 1 highs. I can't get the shoe and the lacing to a tightness where I can slip it on and it still be comfortable to wear. It doesn't move around on my foot, but I can do that with Jordan 1 lows and Dunk lows. So I do like that I can slip this shoe. When I slip this one on too, I don't have to tie it. But this one's comfortable and this one's not. But at least I can slip it on. So if I need to go somewhere, like I'm just driving somewhere, I do slip these on and wear them sometimes. So I like them, but I don't like them. They're not like, I mentioned it before, they're not going to be like the off-white 50 Dunks, because the structure that's in here, the piece of plastic that's in here to give the toe box its structure, is firm, and it's not going to crease in very easily. A lot of the leather ones of the 1 in 50, the suede ones as well, but the leather ones seemed worse. It came out of the box with a crease, like a dent straight in the toe. These aren't going to be like that. So I do appreciate that about them. And I think it hopefully goes without saying that the way that these look are great. I think Union did a great job with the aesthetic design. They're cool. They're light. My grandma told me that light shoes are good for grandmas. So make sure you tell your grandma about them too. I do like them. I'm going for them on the 31st. I'm going to try to get another pair. I'll definitely going to try to get another pair of the other color. I'll cut that one up too for you if you want. Or I might just include it in the giveaway. I don't think anybody wants me to include these in the giveaway. I haven't been that careful with these. I'm going to cut them all up anyway. There's dirt on the side, definitely dirt on the bottom. But they were a shoe to wear. That's why I got them. So I'm wearing them, and I wanted to cut them up. I want to show y'all something, tell y'all something you might not know about these shoes, because there's not a whole lot of these floating around out there. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the way, or getting to see what it looks like with the ripstop cut off. Smash that like button. Let's get this video. Let's get this video viewed, because it's an early pair, a hard to get pair, and I cut it up too. Let y'all know what it looks like. And I've worn it quite a bit. Let you know what it feels like. And if you have any experience with other Dunks, hopefully you can know what you're getting into with this one. But comment down below. Let me know what you think about the shoe. Which one's better? Should I cut the other one off too? Should I cut it all off? Should I leave it like this? Change the laces out? Y'all let me know. Appreciate you for watching. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.
You're so pretty.
Say bye.
Cheers. Ah! Shoes. And I like shoes.
Fire!